Hi guys, Storm here with another vid. Coming to you, I'm gonna explain some of these patch notes that they've released. We'll go over some of the older ones and some of the newer ones. Hope you're all doing good today, and let's get right into it. So if you go over here to like the message of the day, just click R1 if you're on PlayStation. Go back to the oldest one, we'll verify which is lies, like straight up lies, full of bullshit. Hey Ross, by the way, are you asking people to subscribe to your channel or like and subscribe to my channel? Because I don't know if you're a troll or just a super fan. I'm not sure what this is. So anyway, here. You actually have to click on it in order to scroll down where it's highlighted in the outer white ring. Battle Pass, it's not important. Modes. Okay. Jump on the fourth Vanguard experience. Loadout markers will be available for purchase. The loadout drop. Look at Surgeon. There was no limited time emblem on the calling cards, so that's full of shit. So there's one lie, one non-patch that they're saying they're doing false advertisement. False advertisement number 2, Ricochet is actually only made two, like this is their third anti-cheat, but as soon as it released, it seems like the floodgates of all the people they quote-unquote banned just got released, and more hackers came out, not less, so that's full of shit. Ricochet is full of shit. And even if it wasn't full of shit, it's only canceling out PC players, which brings all the console hackers or come out to play. The jailbroken PS3s, PS4s, and PS5s. It's just no. New onboarding tutorial. Nope, there's no new onboarding tutorial. That's bullshit. Lie number 3. Nope. New TAC map? There is no new TAC map. There's the new, you know, the new map in general, but there's no tactical map. There's no tactical map on top of the map. There's no second layer of the map. That doesn't even make it sense. Not sure what they mean by new TAC map. There's no tactical map installed or anything. Doesn't make any sense. Tracker perk effect will be enabled for players in water that reaches their ankles. That's full of shit. I have yet to see that when I'm running tracker. Yeah, that's kind of sucky how they're not able to go prone in water at all. Not even just, you know, deep. I'd say ankle deep. They're not allowed to go prone. Stopping power was always removed from the loot, so that's kind of bullshit that they would even say that. It was never included in the loot. Maybe in the original Verdansk, way back in Season 1 and Season 2, but that shit's been gone. Them 3 hits thing is a hit or miss. Sometimes it's 2 hits, sometimes it's 3 hits. It's really not 3 hits, so that's line number 4. Okay, that's actually kind of cool. Decoy Grenade will now fire rubber bullets to hit chance to hit an enemy for 120 damage. I mean, it's full of shit. I've yet to see anybody get hit with that when I've literally hit them direct impact and it's on their feet. But you know, maybe it works. Maybe it's just been buggy. We'll have to see about that. That's actually kind of a cool feature. Because then if they're hit and you have that perk, let's see here. You have the perk that I'm running, then you'll actually be able to see them through walls. So if you throw a decoy and it happens to bounce right next to them, and you're running Combat Scout, and that's gonna show you them through the walls. That's kind of awesome. That's kind of really awesome. So we're gonna have to see about that. Okay, the snapshot, yeah, because nobody uses them. They should be buffed. So the size just been nerfed. The melee finisher now requires 4 hits, up from 2. Okay, well then if that size, so, you know, it went from being an amazing weapon to a shitty weapon, they never finished the glitch where, like, if you run, it makes you dead silence for every other second. So it goes like almost like a gallop. You're running, click, you're running, step, you're running, step, running. That's how it goes. Where you'll hear silence and then you'll hear one single step. It's like 1 and 2 and 1 and 2, but slower. Like that's what it is. So they never fixed that. They never fixed that for the other weapon that was similar to the Psy that was added. So not sure. They did that with the Psy and the other weapon both had the same feature that they never fixed. I don't know if it was intentional or not, like a semi-dead silence. So yeah, you're literally better using the butt of your weapon than using the Psy. Sure, it's faster melee, but now you've taken away the lunge distance. Just, it's ridiculous. Okay, the Cali Sticks actually was nerfed, so that's cool, but they say it's nerfed, but the Cali Sticks are still the fastest weapon in the game. They still have the craziest lunge distance. They say it takes 4 hits. I've never seen it take 4 hits. When they mean they say it takes 4 hits, it takes 2 hits or 3 hits. So that's still bullshit. That's not actual. That's not legit. So if that's the case, then maybe the Psy also, they say they nerfed it, but it's not actually what they nerfed it. Because a lot of things they do, they say is a lie. So we'll have to take that into consideration when I actually use the Cali Sticks. I'm actually going to probably go into a match and find out for myself if the Psy does or does not take 3 or 4 hits. I'm saying because the Psy was never especially strong in the first place, it never took 2 hits. I'm telling you that right now. It took 3 hits. So they never decreased it to 2 hits. So I'm gonna say it's maybe still 3 hits. At the start of Season 1, your season level will refresh to level 1 and ours was the highest prestige you achieved previously. 3? What do you mean 3? 3 what? If you, or I guess Prestige 3? If you reach the top level during Prestige pre-season. Now, there was a glitch during that, and it said in certain instances where, like, one indicator says I'm 3, one indicator says I'm 1. It was a glitch I talked about in previous videos. So, like, in the upper right-hand screen where it says 331 next to my name, in the very top upper right, it would say 3rd. It would show the 3rd icon for 3rd Prestige. But on here, the big one in the slightly left middle center, it would say 1. So it said it counted, but also said it didn't count. So it wasn't tracking properly, and it still doesn't say it's tracking properly, which is kind of bullshit. Why say something that you're gonna do, which is false? So that's lie number 5. Activision or whoever actually gives a fuck and actually is deciding to fix these things, not sit on their ass. Hope you're watching and taking notes. Okay, so it says I'm Prestige 7. When I'm way over Prestige 7. Supposed to be a Prestige every 50 levels, right? So, plus, see, it says I'm Prestige 3, Prestige 1. So it counts towards that. But when I was actually at Prestige, I think it was 5, it said I was at Prestige 5 for this, but they gave me the 7th, or one, because it was Prestige 3. Because it gave me like 3 past. So if I was at Prestige 4, it said it gave me the Prestige 7 symbol, which doesn't make any sense, right? So it said Prestige symbol 7 on top, on the upper right hand screen at the very top. While it said, it gave me the same symbol, but it said Prestige 4. So why? I don't understand that, right? It just doesn't make any sense. And actually, I want to say it didn't give me Prestige 4 here, because it said, it normally said the opposite. Different symbol, different Prestige up there, different symbol, different Prestige up there. So the real Prestige and real symbol up top and upper right, fake Prestige and the fake symbol on the up mid left. So yeah, they're full of shit when they say that. That's unfortunate. I really wish the devs or whoever actually making these patches would first not lie, and secondly actually take notes and watch YouTubers and actually fix the problems that have been, needing fixed. I looked through all of them very briefly. I didn't see anything that says patched wall breaches or glitches. Doesn't say that anywhere, so they're lying about not fixing that because they fixed some of those. But they don't want to include it because they're like, oh, we don't want to admit that we fucked up. Like we have other times where we know we fucked up. Everyone knows when we fucked up. We know we fucked up. They know we fucked up. But we're not going to admit to us fucking up. We want people to slowly forget about it and not actually have a paper trail. Like, fuck you, randoms. No life, fat beard, neck beard, assholes. Oh god. Okay. Let's see. So that's lie number 5. Let's see here. Lie number 5. And I've noticed every time for the past couple seasons, you get the blueprint for reaching level 200. You don't get it at level 200. You've been able to get it at level 100 or level 150, because then the indicator that you had it disappears, and it also says that you've already gotten it sometimes even before you reach that level. So it doesn't make any sense. That's lie number 6. Okay, so that's 6 lies within the December 8th patch notes. Let's go to the next one. Fix collision issues with various elements across code, allowing players to exploit peek, shoot through them. Shoot through elements. Are you so scared of saying wall or surfaces? You can't peek. There's no peeking. You can't peek through. Yeah, even through the glitches, you can't peek through them. That's not accurate. No, you cannot peek through them. Peeking is what they mean is to like mounting, so, like whether you're side mounting on trees or mounting on solid surfaces like a ledge or a ridge of a building's architectural design. There's no peeking. I mean, it's not the same thing. It's definitely side ledging of a tree. It's not the same. It's unfortunate because, like if you're next to a bush, right? It was any square surface, any corner in Ghosts. If there was any square corner, you could peek. That was peeking. What they're talking about is mounting. That's what it is. It's mounting because you're not peeking. And you can't exploit a peek because there's no such thing as peeking. That's lie number 7. Either what they're saying or not saying, either it's a word salad meant to throw you off, and it's really them saying it's a glitches that they fix, wall breaches and wall hacks, or wall breaches and just overall glitches to get under the map or inside walls and stuff. That's what they're saying, or they're just not making any goddamn sense because there's this thing speaking or shooting through certain items. It's just bullshit. And if you're shooting through certain items, it's because you have FMJ and an LMG, which actually has more bullet penetration, or sniper rifle. And you're also running the other double FMJ attachment, driller. So you're getting double bullet penetration. First off, LMGs are actually going to have a bit bigger bullet penetration because of the caliber. You're running FMJ rounds plus driller, you're going to have better bullet penetration. So it's really double bullet penetration, well, triple because of the weapon you're using. If you're using an LMG or if you're using a sniper, so it's triple bullet penetration right there. Let's see here. Infill prematurely? You mean exfil? If you're trying to say infill like it's a pre, like people able to start the match while other people are still in the dummy lobby, like the pre-game lobby. Yeah, no, that's full of shit. No one's been able to infill prematurely, or maybe exfil prematurely. I don't know. I've heard a couple things here and there, but you know, there's no weight to it, so there's no guarantee. The calling card, title box. You know, you say you put titles in there. We've achieved titles in Vanguard, but you're not fixing that. It says you fix it, but you didn't. That's lie number 8. That's lie number 8. Well, if let's say you delete the app, so you don't have to take up more space, imaginary space that's non-existent. Delete the app and reinstall it, so you don't have to take up more space and delete any other apps or any other games because it's trying to take more space than it needs to be. Guys, here's a solution. Don't let it get to you. It's kind of like Google. They try to take up more and more space than they need to. That's them stealing your metadata. When they try to take up more space than what's allowed, than what's supposed to be, that's them trying to put, like, you give an inch, they take a mile kind of thing. They're trying to slowly take over your phone. And what I mean by that, it's like they're not gonna force you to do this, that, and the other. It's not gonna be like a virus. It's gonna be like just stealing more and more of your personal information. So do not allow it. Delete all apps that you do not use that involve that, and turn off all the permissions that you don't want if you want them taking your metadata. So that's a fact. They say they don't, but it's been proven time and time again that they do. So they're full of shit. Excuse me. Yeah, so it said fixed an issue regarding titles, you know, player card, but that's not. So that's still lie number 7. Fixed an issue where if you reinstall it, like it gives you option to fix your settings, some of your settings, not all your settings, some of your settings. But as soon as you get back in the game, some of those settings are fixed. Half of the other settings are like you have to put it back to what you already did it. So what's the point of doing it, giving you the option of doing it, if you have to go in and switch regardless? There's also an issue where if you put it in inverted, or some of the buttons, it would actually be the opposite. So let's say it's already inverted, but it's actually just standard. So you would have to literally go, switch it back to standard, it would be inverted, switch it back inverted, and then it would be standard. You have to do it back and forth. Sometimes you would have to do it really quickly so to fix it, to like make the game freak out. and then eventually you would have to go to standard, and then it would actually be standard. Then you would go back to inverted, and for those who play inverted games and like to play inverted, then it would be inverted. You have to go back and forth multiple times before it actually met what it was supposed to. I haven't noticed that problem recently. I want to say a month or two ago that was an issue. They're not including it in this. They're talking about something default communication device. That's not what the issue was. So they're not going to include it. It's going to be a silent fix, which is annoying. They're not going to give light to what they fix. Some of these silent fixes, they just won't admit to what they've broken and what they quote unquote fixed. Or because like either they did fix it, or they semi-fixed it, or they lied and they didn't fix it at all. So placeholder text button appear social menu. As far as I'm aware, there's no random placeholder text in the social menu. There is placeholder text in the title and the... Here, we'll just go over here. So that's a lie. That's lie number 9. So let's go see here. I have calling card frames. It says I don't have calling card frames, so it's not registering that, so that's a lie. Nope, look, placeholder title still there. It says I have no title. Why is the no title here instead of right here where it's supposed to be? That's really idiotic. Like, okay, let me go get rid of no title. Yeah, see, now no title's up here, but it should be there regardless. My title should always be, if we're doing the organization properly, should be where Hellraiser is, depending on whatever one I choose it to be. If I choose it to be this one, it should not be here, it should be here. And no title should just be right here next to it. So that's really fucking idiotic. That's glitch. It's another glitch, but I don't know if they've mentioned it. They still have yet to give us back our salty emblem and emblems we've earned that they stole away, so I'm still boycotting that. The player cards, there's still player cards that say placeholders, so they're full of shit. Yup, still full of shit. Let's see here. See, alright, so second from the top, issues preventing Vanguard seasonal challenges from appearing or tracking properly. Yeah, no, that's incorrect. Like, I went over this in the previous video. They gave me -2 and from what I actually had. So let's say I had 18 out of 20. It would say I had 16 out of 20. Then they upped it by 1 and saying I had 17 out of 20, even though I still had 18 out of 20. And I've just been taking a break, and then I come back and not really focusing on the challenges because they're broken. They keep saying they're fixing it, but they're not fixing it. And now it's 18 out of 20, right? So they keep upping it by 1. I'm like, okay, great. Now it's where it's supposed to be. But the challenges itself, so you're telling me it's correct now, telling me how many I've completed, but it's not tracking the progress of each challenge that I've done. So, and then it gives me an extra one that I didn't earn, and it says 19 out of 20. And so I'm like, I want it to be true. I don't want to be given extra shit, but that I didn't earn, but I don't want to have stuff that I've earned taken away. I want it to be actual and factual. So these have already been done through Vanguard. These are already complete, but they upped the number in the Vanguard multiplayer, or just the Warzone, Vanguard Warzone, Caldera. So it wasn't counting these, now it is counting these, so I don't have to complete them if I don't want to. And I already had the calling cards, but now I don't know if I even have the calling cards. It's really weird. It's just, I'll have to check it out, but I'm not sure. I'm kind of tempted to just go back in time, equip what I already had unlocked, and then see. Most likely, the game would say, "Okay, you have it equipped," but the second you unequip it, it'll delete because it'll register in Vanguard, but it won't register in Caldera Warzone. So that's my premise, because that's how it's worked in the past. When you have things you've actually unlocked, but it's saying you didn't unlock it because they're taking it away, they're stealing from you. And that's kind of what's happening with the not showing my emblem in most instances. It's rendering because it's saying I have salty, even though I don't have salty. So it's kind of confused, so that's why it's rendering as invisible a lot of the time. So now they're giving me one extra that I haven't earned. I know for a fact I haven't completed these, unless the only, and this is, you know, skeptical. This is my hypothesis, right? Because I hadn't completed these in Vanguard either. I'm wanting to know maybe because these were there was no tiers, I think, and if there was tiers, it was 3 out of 3 because they increased the amount. So I'm wondering, because these are lesser amounts in Warzone, if they are higher, if these two are higher amounts in Vanguard. But at the same time, they did go from 16 to 17 to 18 to 19. So it's highly, highly, highly unlikely. And even if it was, it still doesn't give them an excuse to take away 2, take away 1, give me the exact amount, and then add 1. It makes no fucking sense. Now, if Warzone was matching what Vanguard is, which Vanguard I guess is more accurate because it's more up to date, then, you know, I know for a fact that these would be already filled. But if you know, if it's Warzone that takes precedence, which it wouldn't because it's not as new as Vanguard and they care more about their newest game, right, than they do Warzone, then it would be 4 missing. So that would be, out of 20, would be 16, which kind of makes sense. Wait, no, it doesn't. I'm confusing myself, but anyway, you get the gist. It's not accurate, and so I don't know what the fuck is going on. But I know I'm really wanting to finish these challenges. The long shots do seem to track, not always, but they seem to track more often than the bullet penetration kills. Now, here's how I know for a fact I've gotten bullet penetration kills, because first off, I said wallbanger, and that's a bullet penetration kill. Secondly, for my operator, hold on a sec. I had a challenge that said I unlocked something for my operator or something or another. Hold on. Not hip fire, not fire kills. This one's glitched no matter what I do. This one went back regardless of what I actually did, which is annoying. So I've completed that, but it's taken all my, taken all that progression away. They semi-patched it. They gave us all the levels, didn't give us all the progression of the missions. They took away the mission progression, and in exchange gave us the level progression, which is stupid as fuck. Just, you know, don't break something in order to fix something. Just fix something and be done with it. Stop breaking more things to quote. So every time you an update, it's like you end up fixing more things, or breaking more things than you fix, and then the things you fix sometimes you don't even fix. You lie outright, and the things you quote unquote say you fix, you didn't fix at all. I don't know what challenge it was, but it said I unlocked something for getting a certain amount of wallbang kills. I could have sworn it was a progression operator challenge. I don't know what the fuck it is, what's going on. I have to watch one of my previous videos, maybe I'll find out. That's really weird. Like, it actually said I unlocked something. It wasn't a daily. I don't think there's a daily that says, because it said currently it said get 50 bullet penetration kills. Like, you know what it could be? Because when I actually got that, I thought it was something having to do with operator. You know what it could be? Not necessarily, but what it could be is because this had been 50 for the past, I don't know, 9 days. This has been done. But before I took a break, this was 50. So longer than that, because I took a 2-week break from this. And it was 50 beforehand. So I came back, and I guess even though it said 50, it hadn't rendered as 50. So the visual and the actual digital was different. So the visual said it was 50, but it was actually registering as 50. And then I got it, and then maybe it was telling me, hey, you reached tier 50 of challenge 19, you unlocked it, but it was already 50 to begin with, so what the fuck, right? And now, I'd say I've played over 40-ish games, and not a single bullet penetration kill has gotten me, has worked. Now, for long distance kills, alright, let's see. I've definitely gotten at least 15 long shot kills, and it's only tracked 2, because the last time I checked it was 185. Now it says it's 187, so it seems like it's tracking, but it's picking and choosing when it wants to track. And for every, if because I did it, I think it was like around 12 games. No, that was something else. So there's around 40 games, and it only gave me 2 for the 40 games. That's telling me that for every 20 games, it's going to track 1 long shot kill. That's kind of bullshit. I have to play 20 games and get long shots for 20 games, or maybe it's not even getting 20 games. I have to get 1 long shot and then play 20 games for it to track, to register. Either way, that's fucking bullshit, but at least it's tracking 1 at a time. It's a slow-ass pace. And I shouldn't even have to, like, say, at least, or, hey, it's doing better. I shouldn't have to put up with that. No one should have to put up with it not doing what it's saying it's going to do. But at least it's making some progression, even though it's not working the way it fucking should, and it's completely stealing all the shit that I actually work towards. This is not registering at all. Like, at all. And I'm literally going to make a second video, and I'm going to get a long shot, I'm going to get a wall bang, and I'm going to prove it to you. Alright? So this is just bullshit. And it needs to be addressed. And Activision, you lazy piece of shit, get off your ass and stop raping people at work and actually do some fucking work for a change. Holy shit. Literally making Sledgehammer games and Bethesda and Ravensoft. Ravensoft seems to be the underdog. Like, that seems to, like, literally be the little sister that's bullied in submission, but she's the one doing all the work. It's really fucking dumb, making Ravensoft do everything. Now, there are little assholes in Ravensoft. I'd say either so there's one really good guy, or there's one really bad guy. One really good guy doing all the work while everyone, you know, sits on their ass, or one really bad guy that literally, you know, saw my videos, was fixing all the issues I was addressing when I posted them to Twitter, and then they suddenly stopped because they're like, oh, hey, we're helping too much, we can't do that, that's a good thing. We're at Activision, we're lazy, we're trying to piss off the people. And so they got in trouble for helping. I don't know, because they stopped helping. I don't know, maybe because their contract expired, and because of Vanguard, I don't know, and they're kind of over, you know, helping pass their contract. I don't know what's the deal. I wish they would actually speak up, because they're not saying anything. They're fixing shit, but they're not, you know, admitting they're fixing shit. They're not telling you. They're not messaging you. And if they do message you, it's some automated bullshit, completely non-feeling anything. Alright, I think that's about it. Go over to January, see what we got. Beanox, okay. No, Beanox had nothing to do with the Resurgence being brought back. Resurgence has been a thing since release. Maybe not Resurgence, like 3 different versions of Resurgence, but you already had Resurgence. It was just one game mode of Rebirth, Resurgence. That's it, right? And I really hate this game mode. Like, I really hate the setup. Like, if you're gonna do, just give us everything available, right? Just Battle Royale, quads, trios, duos, solos. Vanguard Royale, quads, trios, duos, solos. And then Rebirth Royale, quads, trios, duos, solos, right? I mean, I guess you can't do Rebirth solos, Resurgence solos. I guess you would be changing that to buyback solos. And then and then people love buyback. You know, make a version of buyback quads, trios, duos, solos. You can actually do that for all 4 of those. You know, and then it would be Rebirth, quads, trios, duos, and then at that point, and that's it. So that would be 4 game modes, including all available things, versus mixing and matching and fucking with the players like you, God knows, you love to do. It's just fucking ridiculous. Okay. Moving on. So they didn't... Venox, I'm sorry to say, I'm not trying to take the spotlight from you, but that shit's been there. You just added more of the same. You took away other stuff that was actually more valuable, and you switched it for shitty-ass Vanguard plunder and not allowing us to do normal plunder. So we can't upgrade guns that are not only Vanguard, which is kind of fucking the whole point of plunder if you're not playing the game. But that's mainly what people play it for, so... Okay. I mean, there's no fucking rule set. There's just limits. There's takeaways. There's no rules. There's no rules. There's no, like, okay, you know, we're gonna... There's just no rules. There's no added rules. There's no difference. They're just taking away your right to use any normal guns. Versus normal plunder allows you to do everything. Vanguard takes away, and which the only cool thing about Vanguard, any game mode, is that everyone is forced to use the skins that are only from Vanguard. I can respect that. That's cool. That's fine. I don't care about that. That's fine. And in fact, I actually don't mind that everyone has to use Vanguard guns either. I'm fine with that whole restricting everything to Vanguard things only for Battle Royale. That's fine. Okay, that's fine. But don't fuck with our plunder. And if you're going to do that with plunder, everyone's not going to want to do that. So make that a mode which no one will play. They'll maybe play it once and then stop, and they'll go back to normal plunder, and you'll see the numbers drop to like one player at a time, and you'll say, "Oh shit, this is not working." Well, because no one else, people want to level up the guns, have no other choice. Everyone's gonna flood to plunder because they like plunder. To get, if they can't work on their Cold War weapons or their Hacko weapons, Call of Duty Hacko, half-ass crossover. No one's gonna call it Modern Warfare. We've established that multiple times. Their Hacko guns and their Cold War guns, you know, they have no choice. So they're like, okay, well, I might as well focus on it since there's nothing else I can do. So it's just fucking hard. Okay. 120 hertz? No. I don't... There's no weird, loud noise that's causing dogs to freak out. No? You need to be a bit more specific on that. 120 hertz? What? You're not... No. No, that's false. Until proven otherwise, that's false. There's no high-pitched ringing. You know, I'm not gonna constantly talk shit if there's no... You know, I'm not gonna say extra bad things about you if it's not true. I will tell it like it is. You guys are a shitty, lazy company that literally drive pleasure out of making us miserable. But I'm not going to make up shit that doesn't exist. 120 hertz doesn't exist. Maybe with PC users or Xbox users, but PlayStation, no, doesn't exist. That's a lie. So that's lie number 10. Locational multipliers. That's full of shit, makes no sense. That's lie number 11. If you were to say fixed issue with packed powder attachment where wasn't increasing the range of the weapon like it says and as advertised, that would make sense, but it's not saying that, so just fixed issue on PlayStation. You literally already said that. Oh yeah. Oh, it's still... Okay, I thought they were separating it. It's still the same. Okay. Incorrect loadout for the Gulag. No, because you're not allowed to use your own loadout, so there's no incorrect loadout. Unless you're telling me that someone's getting a different loadout than the other person. And I don't, you know, that's a lie, so that's lie number 12. No one was getting kicked from the gunsmith screen. They were, if anything, they were forced to the loadout screen when they were not wanting to be, like, you know, like in the middle of a match, you would suddenly get a loadout pop up saying, hey, you want to switch your loadout? It's like, no, I'm in the middle of a firefight. What the fuck are you doing? You know, it's not kicked, but inserted. So that's lie number 13. Fix issues causing placeholder text appear on various calling cards. Well, we've already established that it's a lie. It's just repeating itself. Well, no, since they're saying it twice, it's a double lie saying they fixed it again, which if they already fixed it at the beginning, they wouldn't have to fix it again. So this is proof, right? So they already went from the December thing, they fixed the placeholder thing for the calling cards. Now they're here saying they fixed it again. How can you fix something that you've already fixed? If it's fixed, right, then it's fixed. You didn't, you know, how can you say it's fixed if it's already fixed? That tells me that it wasn't originally fixed and you lied outright. This proves that you lied. You can't fix something that's already fixed, right? Unless you're breaking it or just not doing anything to it. It's not even a semi-patch. Either you fixed it or you don't. It either says placeholder on there because it's not fixed, or it doesn't because it is fixed. And so you're saying it twice. That's literal proof that you're lying. So that's lie number 14. And it still says placeholder right now. So you haven't patched it in the December 8th patch, and you didn't patch it in the December 12th, January 12th patch. So both patches is wrong. They're wrong. They are wrong. That's full. So many fucking. I might even be not including someone. I might be saying 13 twice or something. It's just obnoxious. It's just crazy. Fix an issue causing a victory exfil and prematurely. Yeah, no, that was an issue. I mean, that's been an issue for a long ass time, especially in Rebirth and prior to the map change. That's been an issue. It just does that sometimes. Not a big deal. Who cares the fuck? I mean, it ends. Nobody cares unless it's just bragging rights and it extends the haha I'm better than you. You know, the whole cinematic thing. That's fine. It really doesn't matter. It's just it's the game done quicker. But for those that want to have that extra feel of, yeah, I accomplished something, I beat other hackers and sweaty campers, those could go either way. Weapons, attachments, don't really care. Haven't noticed anything about that. Okay, let me address another glitch that has not been addressed. Just recently, as yesterday, I played, and I swapped in the pre-game to, at the last second, I would think of 5 seconds in, I was swapped into my SMG class, and throughout the entire normal game, once the pre-game was done, excuse me. Once the pregame was done, it just kept loading back to this. So, as I'm falling down, right? And while it's loading up, while it's black screen, while it says loading, and I'm pressing the loadout I actually want to use, it keeps going back to this, right? And so, as I'm falling, the second I'm actually shows me falling, I swapped that. It didn't work. So I had to wait like about a second or so before I could press this, but that's already about halfway, and for those that aren't, you know, have quick reaction speeds, that means you're instant death, because when you get to the floor, it doesn't want to switch, half the time. Sometimes, once in a while, it would switch. When I was SMG, as long as I hadn't shot a bullet yet, it would switch. I would say that's 1 out of 9 times, or 1 out of 10 times, because it just, you know, it didn't work. So I'm like, okay, mid-fall, about a second or two after falling, which you don't have that long, and if you're trying to do this while not pulling out your parachute and doing all that, it's a pain in the ass because you have to be free falling. If you're just pulling out your parachute, it won't work. So you have to be free falling while you're falling to your death. You have to press this immediately, otherwise you either fall to your death or you're stuck with the class you don't want. It just kept going to that no matter what I did. So that's an issue. That's another glitch that's been happening, right? That's not okay. Another glitch that's been happening since release, they're saying unlock at level 45. There's no unlock at level 45. They're full of shit. It's not been unlocked at level 45. So yeah, the Field Upgrade Pro has been bugged for a long ass time. They pretend to fix it, and now it's not even fixed. It's just locked. Before, at least it gave you the option to use it, even though when you used it, it didn't work properly because it would never give you the option to pick one or the other. It would just do whatever the left slot was. Now, it doesn't give you the option at all, being past level 45. So that's really bullshit. That's just fucking bullshit, right? So that's the other glitch I don't think I mentioned on my previous video. Besides the rocket launcher glitch where you cannot customize your rocket launcher, it would just give you that dev error. I mean, they fixed it to where, quote, semi-patched it, right? Not a real patch. To where it didn't fucking give you blue screen and have to make you freak out of the game. They fixed it to where people are able to DDoS people a lot, so that's kind of good. But the system will still freak out and give you blue screen once you've been playing it for a certain amount of games. So I'd say every 20 to 40 games you'll get a blue screen. So that's how fucked up it is. You'll literally have to reset the app. I mean, this is what was happening in the earlier days of when the Cold War Warzone was released, and the earlier seasons of Call of Duty Hacko seasons released. So Call of Duty Hacko seasons Warzone. So Hacko Warzone, Cold War Warzone, and Vanguard Warzone. It always seems to be at the beginning, early seasons like 1 and 2. Excuse me, I got something in my throat. So yeah, it still a problem with the rocket launcher glitch. Still a problem with the new emblem glitch. And yeah. Oh, and they also have taken out freebies, which doesn't make any sense. So today, I'm going to try to make a separate video exposing the long shot glitch not tracking and the wallbang glitch not tracking. I'm also going to text them personally on Twitter and post it and say, hey, you know, these are all the issues that are not working. We'll see what happens. Anyway, hope you guys enjoyed the video. Leave a like if you liked, and I'll see you next time. Peace.